Hello everybody, it's Ashwin Rao, and today's video introduces a topic: what is an Oxford shoe? So this model, as you're seeing here, is a classic cap-toe Oxford made in a black calf leather with 5 eyelets, which you can see here, which are the holes through which the laces are placed. A cap toe, which you can see is this element of the shoe right here. It's not a plain toe, but it's got a cap on the toe here that's stitched to the remaining of the facing. The classic Oxford is described as such because it has eyelets that pierce this facing, which is the part of the shoe to which the eyelets are placed and the lacing system is applied. The upper part of that system, you can see right here, is open, meaning that if I were to remove the laces, you would see that the leather panels right here will separate. But over at the other end of the facing, at the end of where the eyelets are placed, you can see that the facing is essentially stitched to the vamp right here, and therefore closed upon the vamp. This particular model has several leather panels, including 2 side leather panels you can see right here, joined together by a back seam to its other partner on the other side. You see the facing that I discussed earlier right here, and then you see the vamp as well as the cap toe. There are a wide range of styles that make up the family of Oxford shoes. The first pair, and one of the very first pairs in my wardrobe, was this Carmina black cap toe Oxford. Its close partner is a shoe by Antonio Macariello, which is his Balmoral Oxford with a brogued cap toe. This is a slightly more informal shoe, which again features that closed lacing system. You can see the 5 eyelets again. You can see some of the details such as perforations along the edge, like this swan-shaped perforation, and this Balmoral style where the facing sweeps back to the back side of the shoe all the way around, making a very beautiful line. The cap toe now has broguing, which we discussed earlier, as the decorative holes that are punched out of the cap toe, which lends itself to a slightly less formal style. The hole cut shoe is a shoe made of a single piece of leather to form the entire upper. This particular style is made by Paolo Scafora, and you can see the beautiful shape of this shoe. Again, you see the 5 eyelet design, and here the slit of leather is actually simply contiguous with the vamp. You can see here one piece of leather that is affixed by a back seam that you can see here, but that is essentially the only joint in this entire piece of leather specifically. So this is a more aggressively styled hole cut shoe in that it has a darker brown color with a patina with a darker burnished toe and a 360-degree Norwegian welt, which you're seeing here, which is not the traditional makeup for a very formal hole cut shoe. Again, the closed lacing system with the closure as the facing approaches the vamp right here. A classic characteristic of the Oxford shoe and a beautiful example by Paolo Scafora. This particular model has been made in a suede leather by Hephaestus Shoemaker. You can see that there's a few different design cues that go into this shoe. Here, the 5 eyelet design tapers out, so you can see some variation in how the eyelets are placed here. But again, you see the open end of the facing here and the closed end here where the facing is stitched to the vamp. The wingtip features this design, and in this case, this is a brogued wingtip The suede and the broguing make it less formal, as does the 180-degree Norwegian welt, which ends here in a blind channel waist with a heel block, as you can see. And this is considered a short wing because this part of the wingtip ends here, right here. You can also have another style that's a long wing, or a Balmoral style, which continues past all the way to the back heel. This is a full brogue because you see that there's broguing along the wingtip, along this part of the vamp here, as well as along the facing, the collar, and the heel counter. This particular style features a seamless heel, so the entire heel counter blends seamlessly with the rest of the shoe, though there's no seam here. The seams are hidden within the panel attachments of the shoe, which makes it a little bit more aggressively and classically styled. But a beautiful example of a wingtip shoe designed in a more informal way because of its use of a green suede leather, the Norwegian welt, and a natural edge dressing. I wanted to introduce you to a wingtip Balmoral style. This particular Oxford features a broguing along the wingtip again, but now you see a medallion on the toe of the shoe, a broguing along this Balmoral arc that we did not see in the black version of the shoe, which was more formal. But again, that slight design cue along the side, that swan necking design here, the 5 eyelets, which you can see here, beautifully done by Antonio Macariello, who's one of my favorite shoemakers. You see the back heel seam here, where the broguing is not placed in the back, there's simply some contrast stitching done, and the broguing along the top edge of that Balmoral curve. And again, a wingtip design where the wingtip is described as a short wing because it ends at the middle of the side panel here. Beautiful design, well worth considering by Antonio Macariello. The classic feature of the Adelaide is this U-throat design to the facing. This U-throat makes this an Adelaide. This particular Adelaide has a plain baby box calf on the cap toe. You can again see that broguing along the cap toe. But what sets this particular style by Antonio Macariello apart is this rough kudu grained leather that makes up the vamp of the shoe, as well as some of the side paneling. Whereas the black cap toe Oxford does not have that U-throat, you can see that it has an element of stitching here that creates a similar look, but not a separate panel of leather. Again, that closed facing stitch, where the closure of the facing upon the vamp here, open-ended on the other side with a tongue stitched separately. I encourage you to take a look at styles that might appeal to you. I hope you've learned a little bit about Oxfords as a style of shoe. We're going to get into other styles in future videos, but for now, I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you soon. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.